Hey man, all this talk about what is the loophole, bruh? What is this loophole that everybody keeps talking about, bruh? Everybody's wondering, and everybody be calling in to different shows, asking Angry Fan was asking recently, what is this loophole when he was talking to Eazy? People calling into Norbs' podcast and trying to figure out what this loophole is because we always discussing contract situations on the Norbs It All podcast, you know what I'm saying? But yo, this loophole is right in front of our faces, bro. We almost missed it, bro, because people are caught up in more so in the drama and controversy as opposed to trying to read and understand this recent paperwork that URL dropped, bro. And this loophole is right on that paperwork that URL dropped for us, bro. That little piece, that piece of paperwork that URL put out, this loophole, this crazy loophole that Eazy's lawyer and defense team are fighting for is right in that paperwork, bruh. And we about to go over it, bruh. So buckle in and let's talk about it. All right, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I haven't heard nobody reveal this loophole. I haven't heard anybody blogging on or going in depth into what this loophole that people keep talking about actually is, bruh. Some people are guessing, right? A lot of people seem to believe that it's the fact that Remy Ma wasn't listed in URL's contract as far as being somebody as a competitor that Eazy could not battle for. A lot of people believe that this is the loophole. Even myself believed that this was the loophole at one point in time. I thought this was the loophole because, of course, Remy Ma, Chrome 23 is a new league and blah, blah, blah. So there's no way it could have been listed on a contract and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But a lot of people are still questioning and trying to figure out what this loophole is. Bruh, I was just rereading this paperwork that the URL dropped the other day. URL, I don't know if you did this intentionally. I don't know if you did it by accident. If you meant to reveal what this loophole is in the contract, but URL did that. They did that in this paperwork that dropped, bruh. And it took me 3 or 4 reads through the paperwork to understand what I was actually reading, to put myself in the position and put myself in those shoes of each defense team to understand, okay, this is what this means. This is the loophole. What's funny about it is the loophole is not the fact that Remy Ma wasn't listed in that contract as far as being somebody Eazy could not battle for. That's what's interesting. And we're about to read it, bro. We're about to go in there, bro. So we about to go there. In this paperwork, right? and I've touched on this. I touched on this in my blog called, I believe it was called Employee versus Contractor. Employee versus Independent Contractor. ARP also touched on this in a blog as well. Went in depth as well. Went over some paperwork. If you Google independent contractor and the rights of an independent contractor as opposed to the rights of an employee, ARP slightly went over that in a blog as well. So we've touched on and we heard this loophole being thrown out there before, but nobody actually knew whether or not this was the loophole, whether or not this was the argument that Eazy's defense team and the lawyer were going to be trying to use against the URL and their contracts. Up until recently, when URL dropped and revealed this paperwork to leak, this leaked paperwork, I don't know if they meant to intentionally reveal that this was the loophole, but it was revealed. It's the specific paper, right? The one that the loophole is on, literally on, like the loophole. This is the loophole that Eazy's been talking about, bro. That for some reason he doesn't want to admit. I don't know, maybe because his lawyers are telling him not to speak on what it is, the details and blah, blah, blah. But in this paperwork, right? And I'm going to post a screenshot so y'all can see, but we're going to go over it, right? In this paperwork, the one that comes from Pryor Cashman, LLP, right? From their lawyer, Eazy's lawyer or Eazy's defense team or attorney or whatever, James Sammataro. This is that paperwork that URL revealed, the one that the loophole is on. It's this one, right? In the bottom paragraph, in the bottom part, this is at the bottom part of this paperwork, of this sheet. And again, I'm going to post this so we can go over this, right? This is where the loophole is revealed, right? This is the loophole that everybody's talking about and trying to figure out what it is. Mr. Brown's January 30th, 2023 correspondence. Mr. Brown's January 30th, 2023 correspondence. So whatever correspondence Mr. Brown, Eazy, you know what I'm saying, his defense team sent, whatever response they sent to URL's defense team and lawyers, falsely asserted that URL intentionally misclassified Mr. Brown as an independent contractor rather than employee, despite the fact that Mr. Brown rendered services for URL for a maximum of 13 out of 1,095 days, or less than 0.1% of his time. In parentheses, it says, C. James Sammataro, February 10th, 2023 correspondence. See the correspondence. So see the response that was sent from Eazy's lawyer on February 10th, 2023, correspondence explaining that Eazy is a textbook independent contractor. So Eazy's defense team sending correspondence to URL's lawyer and defense team saying that Eazy is a textbook independent contractor rather than an employee. That's what that's what Eazy's defense team, that's the loophole that everybody's trying to figure out it is. That's what Eazy's defense team is trying to argue. That's what they are arguing. That is the actual literal loophole that Eazy's defense team and Eazy are using to fight this contract that URL has put in place. The contract that makes it blurry and makes it gray as to whether or not you're an employee or a contractor. On purpose, intentionally blurring those lines between whether or not Eazy is an employee or private contractor, because if the workers, the battlers, don't know whether or not they're an employee or contractor, the URL can always hold this power over their head, always tell them you can't do this and you can't do that, you can't battle here, you can't battle there, because our contract says so, even though the contract is bogus because these guys are contractors. Nobody has challenged URL's contract up until now. And I don't believe that the URL wants to take it to court, bro. I do not believe that the URL wants to take this to court, bro, which is why I believe that they haven't taken it to court yet, is because, bro, this being the loophole, right? If we have a firm understanding of what this loophole is and what Eazy's defense team is claiming, which is that Eazy is an independent contractor, That's what Eazy's defense team is fighting. That's the argument, right? If it's proven, if this goes to court, bruh, and it's proven that Eazy is in fact, under New York state law, an independent contractor, bruh, if that is proven, do y'all know what that would mean, bro? And what that could mean for the URL, bro? That could mean a class action lawsuit, bro. That could mean multiple battlers, bro, now trying to sue. A class action lawsuit, bro, versus URL for the bogus contracts that they're putting people under, not following the independent contractor guidelines, bro, that New York State has put in place for us, bro. Independent contractors have protections and rights too, bro. And that's why those lines are intentionally blurred by the URL, because now they want the battlers to believe that they're employees. But in fact, They are not, because the URL is not giving them the benefits that employees are supposed to get. I went a step further, bro, and I looked up what it is, bro. What is it that an employee gets as far as benefits as opposed to a private contractor, bro? Because that's the loophole. That is literally the argument, and it's right in the correspondence letter that URL leaked to the battle rap community, right at the bottom. It tells us that this is what Eazy's defense team is telling URL's defense team. Eazy is an independent contractor, bro. Independent contractor, which means he would have the right to go and battle for another business, right? To get money elsewhere if he pleases, bro. You can't limit or restrict an independent contractor from going and getting money elsewhere, bro. Battle rap has to follow the rules that are set in place, not vice versa. The rules that are set in place by the law don't change for battle rap. Battle rap needs to adjust to the rules that are set in place by state laws, bruh. So just because battle rap is battle rap, and it's not necessarily a, HVAC guy going to do a specific job for a specific person. No, we still have to follow the same rules and regulations, URL. We can't blur the lines because this is battle rap, bro. These guys are independent contractors, bro. And this is why the URL has not taken this to court, and I don't think wants to take it to court, bro. And why URL is going to continue to use scare tactics versus Eazy the Block Captain, as opposed to just pushing that nuclear button and taking this to court. Because if this goes to court, bro, the URL could potentially lose and it be exposed that all these battlers under URL's umbrella are independent contractors, bro. And you guys are putting out there and making them sign illegal contracts, bro. Contracts that are bogus. I can hire somebody to work with me here at the battle booth, right? I can create a contract. I can have that contract say whatever the hell I wanted to say. Oh, you're locked in with me for the rest of your life. Just an example. Oh, you're locked in with me. You're going to get this advance payment of $5,000 and you won't receive another payment for another 5 to 10 years, depending on. I could put all this craziness in a contract and have somebody sign the contract that wants to work with me. They don't have a lawyer. They're naive. They're young. They don't understand what they're getting into. They don't understand what contracts are meant to do, which is trap you, take advantage of you, and milk you for everything you're worth. They don't understand that, but they want to work with me at the battle booth. So they go ahead and they sign the contract, right? They ain't have nobody revise it, nothing like that. They ain't have nobody look it over. Nope, nothing like that. They just signed it. But you know what I didn't do? I didn't follow the rules and regulations set in place by the state of Rhode Island, bruh. So eventually, that individual can take me to court because my contract does not follow the rules that the state of Rhode Island has set in place for independent contractors like that. It didn't follow those rules. So I'm at fault for creating and having them sign a bogus contract that doesn't even follow the rules that are set in place, bruh. That's what's going on here. And a lot of people are sitting here, bro, sitting back saying, oh, Eazy breached his contract. Eazy breached his contract. Bro, that's what this whole argument is about. Eazy's defense team saying he didn't breach his contract because he's an independent contractor. URL saying he did breach his contract. That's what this argument is about. The only people that can say Eazy actually breached his contract is the court of law, bro. Is Judge Judy or Judge Joe Brown. Not us. Not us. We just know what each side is claiming. That's all we know. But URL, again, I don't know if they inadvertently or intentionally put this out there so that we know what the loophole actually is and blah, 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 but the loophole is revealed, bro. The loophole is revealed, and it's the fact that Eazy's defense team is claiming that Eazy is 100% an independent contractor, bro, not an employee of URL. Because if he was an employee of URL, guess what URL would have to do, bro? URL would have to provide a lot of benefits, bro. They would have to provide a lot of things to their employees, bro. Like healthcare, like retirement savings plans, bro, social security plans. They would have to give a lot to these battle rappers, bro, which is what they don't want to do, which is why they intentionally blur the lines between an employee and contractor so that they can get away with not having to actually give these guys what they're worth They can get away with all this stuff so long as those lines are blurred, bro. And so long as URL is able to bully these battle rappers and make them believe, bro, that if you go against the machine, your career and your life is over, bro, as you know it. By instilling that fear into these guys, they keep them under that umbrella. So these guys never even challenge the status quo over there at URL. Never even challenge it, bro. Never even challenge it because you keep that fear over their head, bro. Craziness, bro. All right, so independent contractors are self-employed and personally responsible for the payment of income and self-employment taxes on their earnings. Unlike with employees, a business isn't responsible for withholding or paying income or FICA, Social Security, and Medicare taxes on payments made to independent contractors. Similarly, unemployment or workers' compensation insurance may not be needed, blah, blah, blah. Benefits. Employees may be entitled to coverage under their employer's health, retirement, and other benefit plans. Independent contractors are frequently excluded from coverage. The Affordable Care Act's employer mandate adds another wrinkle. For 2015, employees with more than 100 or more full-time or full-time equivalent employees will be subject to potential penalties unless they provide health insurance that meets the new law standards. The employee threshold drops to 50 for 2016. Workers who can rightfully be considered independent contractors are excluded in determining employee counts for the employer mandate purpose. So URL is arguing, right, against the fact that Eazy's an independent contractor, which means they're saying Eazy's an employee. But does Eazy get any of these benefits, bro? If these guys are your employees, URL, let me ask y'all a question, and y'all lawyer team, the defense team, a question. Do any of these guys get any of these benefits, bro? Yo, battle rappers that work under URL, do y'all guys get healthcare, bro? Do y'all guys get this coverage? Do y'all guys have a retirement plan? Do y'all guys get this stuff, bro? Or nah? Because if not, that means you're independent contractors, which is exactly what Eazy's defense team is claiming, bro. So URL, how you gonna fight that? How exactly are you gonna fight that? Which is exactly why I feel like the URL is not going to push this lawsuit button versus Eazy the Block Captain. They are not. Because if they do, if they decide to push that button, it is going to be discovered. URL, it is going to be discovered and your monopoly is going to fall and it's going to crumble if you decide to take this to court. Because if you decide to take this to court, you're going to argue that Eazy is an employee. That's your argument, right? That's the argument, bro. That's the argument. He signed an exclusive contract and blah, 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 right? He signed an exclusive contract, so he has to be here locked in for 5 years and blah, 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 blah. But if Eazy's defense team is able to prove that Eazy is an independent contractor, that's going to go very, very bad for the URL, bro. That's going to be very bad for the URL. Because that means all battle rappers, bro, can now wake up. That means Eazy has woken up all the battle rappers. He's woken them up. If this goes to court, this is, bro. Because I'm pretty sure that this being the loophole, URL will lose in the court of law. I'm pretty sure that this being the loophole, URL will lose in the court of law. And if and when they do lose in the court of law, all right, because these guys are independent contractors, that means all battle rappers now understand and realize what they are. So now they can decide to file a class action lawsuit. They can decide to sit there and start to battle wherever they want, you know what I'm saying, and blah, 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 because these guys are going to start to realize and understand that they've been able to do this the whole time. It's just the fear of the machine, bro, that prevents these guys from doing what they want to do. Let me know what y'all think of this whole thing, man. You already know what it is. It's your boy Joe coming at you live and direct from the battle.